Hello, IK here. Welcome to Work with the Tailwind is a miracle. Here you see in real time how I learn and my first meet with the contact with the Tailwind. Here is a Tank 1 hour application. It is simple, without design, without any CSS, but only H2 heading. And what we see, it is a prepared base design in every browser. Concretely here it is Chrome browser and Firefox browser. And we see that predefined format is a little different between Firefox and Chrome. And why it is important, why I begin with it. I want to say you conscious what is the Tailwind and how to work with it. I install it by command line. And after that, I see changes this design what we see because Tailwind, after installing in my application, remove existing design for H2. It is predefined heading H2. For example, it is add new post also here post. It is H2, and this moment it is H2 by defined base formatting for H2 in Firefox in Chrome. But after installation Tailwind, in both browser would be removed formatting of that browser and would be created basic formatting from Tailwind, and it is formatting without formatting. Give freedom to formatting what coming, that in every browser, every type of browser, our formatting would be same. And because of that, we need remove existing formatting of predefined formatting of any browser. And because of that, after installation Tailwind, we will see basic format of Tailwind for all browser. That basic format for all browser, it is practically no formatting, but there is some difference in Chrome concretely and Firefox here because of predefined formatting of every browser. There is a difference, like we see, and because of that, base formatting would be, because of that, a little different. In it is in font. You see difference in font this moment, and it would be after base formatting Tailwind. Okay, I learn from ChatGPT, and I ask ChatGPT how I can design React application Tank 1 with the Tailwind. And I forget something else. After installation, installation Tailwind, and after we have a basic formatting, uh, Tailwind, basic, most important, and why I said it is miracle is because utility classes. It means you use classes, final classes from Tailwind, and you type it in a HTML element. It's all. It is basic. How you know that utility classes? You go in documentation of Tailwind, and there is a lot of excellent sources about it. And after some practice, you will be expert in that utility classes. It means that we have not separate file CSS. No, but we can have our customize. But I now spoke only about Tailwind. Have not CSS, but have only that utility classes, and we use that and write it in HTML element how we want to format our HTTP element. At first, maybe it is an impression that, whoa, we're typing a lot of classes what we have in memory. It is impossible, but with practice, and when you start, you love it. It will be miracle for you, like it is for me. It is principle main using Tailwind. Use that utility classes by your hand, typing in HTML, but other kind of customization you will see in a document. But at first you look at in documents and you try to type with your hand in any of HTML, and look at how it is how it affect on the screen. Okay, now installation of Tailwind. I look at here. Step 1, install Tailwind CSS. Here it is. I copy it, go in my application and folder of my application and paste it. Control C and paste it. After that, here it is. It is again generate your Tailwind config.js. It would be visible after this installation. We have two files in the left side below of package JSON. This file and this file would be in our application. Okay, let's get started. I Control C and go in folder in my application and control and paste it. It is step 1. Install Tail CSS. Configure Tailwind. Now I have file Tailwind config, and I okay, I copy in Tailwind config.js. I copy this. Control C and Control V in that file. Step 3, import Tailwind in your CSS. Here it is. It is exists in my application index.css, and I copy this, Control C, and in my folder, my application, Control V, paste. And make sure this is copy this in index CSS. In index, this is copy in index CSS. It means index CSS, copy in index.js. In index.js. It means that index CSS, and here it is, it means that apply, that it is directive that exists in our application base format, components format, component style, base style, and utilities style. With practice and learning, you can see example for every of these. Copy it. It is in index CSS, copy, and index CSS import in index.js. It means that index.cs would be apply, it is 3 directive, would be applied to all our React application. Of course, in different kind our customization with our separate CSS file, it's possible, but it is not interesting. It is nothing new. Okay. I copy it in index.js. Style your component. Okay. And here is example, give example for, it is finished. It is finished, and I get see, and we can get see what we have now, how formatting is this moment after installation. After installation, here is a design. Left is Chrome, right is Firefox, and it is, you look at now, add the new post is H2 level, but it is now remove formatting from Chrome for H2, basic formatting of Chrome, also basic formatting for H2 for Firefox, remove basic formatting for paragraph, and Tailwind give basic formatting for all elements of HTML. This moment, nothing, there is no in HTML. It is by directive base apply. We have that base default formatting, because all others formatting with utility classes, there is for goals to be same, result would be same in any browser. And now, how to use Tailwind? Use that we write by our hand utility classes in every element. But how I know that utility classes? You know it in documentation, and learn from documentation, look at in documentation, experiment, and for sometimes we will be very customized with that utility classes. It means Tailwind said uh, you never go out from your HTML structure. It means it think that before, when we have separate list of CSS, we must go in separate list of CSS, create classes, go back in HTML, write that classes. We now have not it. We have only utility classes and write it in HTML elements. H2 heading 1 defined all our HTML element. But now I have lazy for that because I have ChatGPT, and I ask ChatGPT that design me that ChatGPT type utility classes, and I only look at. And after, when I want it, I can experiment and go ahead, learn and experiment with the Tailwind. And let's go to ChatGPT, where artificial intelligence, type in my components, HTML elements, type utility classes. Here is add post form. There is no utility classes, and utility classes must be here in return, in JSX, in HTML elements, H2, etc. Okay, but now, after copy, ChatGPT give me example at post form, but it's the best kind of learning. You see example, and after example and possibility of GPT, you train and exercise with your own. Okay, here it is, update post form. Here it is, in return. Look at, in return. This is utility classes. We need, in JSX, we use name. Here it is. And this is utility classes. And at first, we think that it is impossible to remember, and but we have documentation, and but after some practice, it is no problems. And look at here, class name. This is classes utilities for add new post. It means format for H2. And okay, let's get code it. I give all components, copy components to ChatGPT, and now I don't lose time in typing or copying part. I copy complete component. It is a very comfortable kind of learning. Control C, add post form. You look at, there is nothing here. Now, a copy, and now we have copy that. And look at what we have in user interface, what we have on the screen. Here is add post form, add post form. You look at it, it is here, but post list we didn't design yet. Here it is, left is Chrome, right is right is Firefox. Okay, now let's get format post list. Here is example for post list. For post list. Okay, copy. In return, look at section, class name, again. Okay, post list, Control C. I get again copy, and now I'm back, Control V, paste. Now let's go to see, but before that I must start Control C, yes. I must start npm start. I must start application. Here is a post list and the post excerpt. ChatGPT give me separate file post excerpt, separate file post list, and because of that I have an error. Don't look at, take care about that. Okay, now this is complete first design, ChatGPT design for me. I see what is utility classes. Look at in one browser. It is like a card. You look at this post one, that spaces, but Tailwind, there is no card, class style and group of style and medium, etc. But there is only utility classes. And here it is like card. Every post here is in card. In other frameworks for design, but now it is from the design from div. We can see go in code in our HTML and look at all that code and learn from it. Here it is update. Now update. Here it is form of update. All code, you have address of this formatted application, and you can see that utility classes for every of that. Now I can cancel, I can update post one. Okay, update post one. And now I want a post list format in table, and it is a responsive table. I tell it ChatGPT and give me, I copy code what Tailwind and complete code. Here is a post list before table. You look at etc. Before table, and now I will look at button, and it is, look at how many utilities classes, but it is very you can fast remember it. It is not I know something of that. It is about colors, about weight of color, background. It is background, and it is spaces, text white, very understandable, rounded. And now I copy table. Now you look at table. He created a table, class name. Look at how many, and it is something responsive. There is all elements, thread, table thread, row, head, finished of head. In one row, we have title, content, actions. Okay, now let's see how it is. Here it is, table. Table, three columns, and every post in one row. It is typical for admin site. And we now have excellent administrations for mock server. In mock server, we have array post. But it is the same for if we have table in a relation database, or some document is MongoDB, etc. It is, but the administration of, we always, in application, we always have two application. One is administration application, like now what we look at, and other is a public application, what public use and look at. Here it is, title, add post, save post. You look at that button and that table. And if I, of course, here it is in, here it is in Firefox, and in left side is Chrome, I think. Right side is Firefox. No, left side is Firefox, and right side is Chrome. Okay. Update is here. Cancel. Look at responsive. It is a table responsive. It's excellent. And it's all. This application will be linked in my Git repository, will be below of this video, and you can clone it and see all coding. But I hope that I was very slowly, and you can take any of my application, or you can take any of your application, and ask question what I ask. Install Tailwind, and after that ask ChatGPT that format for you, and it is first experience, and after that you know what is it. But the most important in every framework, in every framework, design, programming, what is point? What is point? What is favorite of that? And here it is, favorite is that we use by our hand manually utility classes, that we don't need go out from our HTML structure like before with static CSS. It is important, but of course there is a lot of kind. Tailwind offer a lot of kind too fast, changes from one place. Uh, we have two files, and we have kind how we can fast our productivity. But for me, this moment is enough. And if I want experience, I will experiment with the write utility classes by hand and read the documentation, etc. But utility classes, it is important. Utility classes. Of course, here is a story about templates, about plugins, and all possible. But the most possible automation was that ChatGPT designed for me. I am teacher and I don't like type code, and ChatGPT, thank you. I really satisfied because I understand utility 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 classes, because I know all about CSS and HTML, and I have in control. I am in control of this utility. I know what is it. It is CSS style, uh, and I satisfy with the help of ChatGPT, because I'm here to explain. But teacher is not for type code. Type code is very, very boring for me, and now I don't need type code, but I can study that code, study and thinking, and have inspiration for explain deep learning. I like deep learning uh, code, frameworks, language, and I like explain what I discover. Every deep learning is discovering, and I like explain when I discover what is a bit, what is important in that. What is important again? Conclusion. Here we use command line in Visual Studio. Uh, Command line we have from Node package, and I use ChatGPT that give me example like it is on the screen. But most important is that Tailwind uses utility classes directly by hand in every HTML. But I said again, here is now ChatGPT who can does it for us, but very important that we understand it and that we control it. We control it. If you know somebody that needs videos like that, tell them about that. Write it about in your networks, and subscribe if you need, like if you like, comment. Growing community means growing learning. Every of members in that community. And now is a very, very interesting period with the ChatGPT. Interesting period in every industry, and also in learning industry, because teachers and students thinking today, teachers thinking, why students need me today? need teachers today? What can give teachers to students? What environment today? Environment cannot. What students cannot take it from environment with own itself, itself, himself, yourself, and students thinking, uh, so why I need teachers? Teachers think what I can give student, what environment, the environment, artificial intelligence and other resources can give him better quality, faster, immediately in any times, etc., etc. Okay, think both sides. Think it is in every industry. Both sides thinking about what and what is my product, and customer ask also what is your product, and both sides thinking about that in today's environment. Thank you for watching this video.